Chapter 7: Site and Facilities Development Guideline. We learned that before deciding on where to develop tourism, it is crucial to avoid the hazard-prone areas and to repair to the LGU's COUP to determine if the location being considered is open for development. A site can be classified as either a greenfield or a brownfield. A greenfield is a site where there are no existing man-made buildings, utilities, and facilities. Examples of greenfields include building a new manufacturing plant on the undeveloped land, launching a brand new software application, constructing a new data center, or developing a fresh product line for an untapped market. A brownfield is the opposite of a greenfield. Gone 1982, a pioneer in tourism planning adduced that a structure must be located in the brownfield and avoid putting them in the greenfields. Examples of brownfield. Brownfield is a technical name for an underused or abandoned industrial or commercial property. Brownfields can range from old factories to vacant warehouses, from defunct gas stations to former dry cleaning establishments. Many brownfields are contaminated with potentially dangerous waste. A PA may have any combination of the following management zone. First, strict protection zone, multiple use zone, sustainable use zone, restoration zone, habitat management zone, specially used zones, cultural zone, recreational zone, and buffer zone. Maintain natural aesthetic. Natural attraction, though as natural as possible, refers to appreciation and beauty found in nature. Natural aesthetic is the appreciation of beauty found in the natural world, from landscape and wildlife to organic materials and natural phenomena. Use appropriate design and materials. Buildings and other structures in a green setting must be designed in harmony with nature. It could be implemented by using natural materials or by stimulating concrete to look like wood. Appropriate design and materials are chosen to create a harmonious and functional space that blends seamlessly with its surroundings. It involves selecting materials that are both aesthetically pleasing and durable, while considering factors like sustainability, local resources, and the overall design concept. Minimize impact of nature. When building structures along the river banks, it is important to not embed the natural flow of the river, altering the river flow to the swimming pools, or blocking it by building a boat shelter will certainly result in property damage and loss in investments. Minimizing impact on nature means designing and living in ways that reduce our footprint on the environment, preserving natural resources, ecosystem, and biodiversity for future generations.